Yo, what up, what up? It's your man, Big Brandon Carter. In this video, we are going to talk about what to do if you're skinny fat, how to prevent it, and how to fix it. Let's go. I get a lot of questions about what to do if you're skinny fat. You know, you got the little Bart Simpson little gut, but you don't really have any muscles at all. Overall, your physique is just not impressive. You really have the worst of both worlds. You're skinny and you're fat. How do you fix that? First of all, most people who are skinny fat are not fat, right? You're not crazy overweight and you're not obese. You got the little Bart Simpson thing going on. Kind of soft and a little like, you know, pudgy. You know, someone poke you or something. And the reason is because you have very little muscle and you have too much body fat. Now check this out. Most people who are skinny fat, their body fat percentages, let's say, is around 15% if you're a guy, maybe 25% if you're a girl. Anything too far above that, you're kind of just fat. But skinny fat, that's, you know, that's kind of where you live. Now check this out. The only reason that's really bad is because you don't have much muscle. If I'm 15% body fat, but I got so much muscle mass that I won't look skinny fat. I won't even look fat at all. I look like significantly better than you. And it's because I have that extra muscle. Like, I've posted videos on YouTube when I've been about 15% body fat, but because I have so much muscle, and particularly because my abdominal muscles are like thick, it still kind of looks like I have a six-pack even with higher body fat. One of the main things you need to do is put on more muscle if you're skinny fat. However, that is not where you should start. And there's a few reasons for that. Mainly, if you already have more fat than you like, to gain muscle, you have to be in what? A caloric surplus. So I don't want you bulking up when you're skinny fat, because you're gonna put on more fat. Everybody puts on fat when they bulk, you know, at least a little bit. And it's easier to get fat than it is to put on muscle, right? Because fat cells, they just have to swell up, grow, and then they divide. But muscle cells, biologically, that's a more complicated process, bro. You have to damage the muscle, the cells have to get stronger and just grow new ones. It's just way more complicated and longer process. So I suggest you cut first. If you are skinny fat, you probably aren't lifting weights. You probably haven't been working out. If you cut first, put yourself in a caloric deficit, burning more calories than you consume, and then lift weights. And if you're a noob, if you're just starting out, you'll get those noob gains. Like, guys in their first 6 months to a year, you can actually burn fat and build muscle at the same time because your body's just responding, you know. After 6 months or a year, that shit is over with. You're not doing that anymore. Right? You're not gonna burn fat and build muscle at the same time anymore. But you have a small little window when you first start training where that is possible. You know, I think you guys call it noob gains or whatever slang mumbo jumbo you kids throw around on the internet. So you want to take advantage of that. So put yourself in a deficit, burn the fat. If you just started working out, you're likely to put on some muscle during that time. So make sure you're lifting weights. There's no excuse for any man who lives above the poverty line to not be lifting weights. Come on, man. Come on. What are you doing with your life? What are you doing in your life? There's certain things you should do as a man. Brush your teeth, you know, make money, take care of your family, and lift weights. If you did nothing else, you'd be a successful man. It goes for women too. You should be lifting weights, you know. Because you're in a caloric deficit, you should lose that weight faster than you put on muscle. And another reason to cut first is because, like I said, building muscle is a difficult process, right? It's labor intensive on your body. It's gonna take longer. But cutting weight is a lot faster. I've been a personal trainer for almost 2 decades, and you can lose fat way quicker than you can put on muscle. So you get those initial benefits of losing fat, and you'll immediately look more impressive while you're building some muscle at the same time. And another reason to cut first instead of bulk first is because if you put on 5 pounds of muscle at 15 to 20% body fat, it's not gonna look as impressive as if you put on 5 pounds of muscle when you're ripped. When you shred it, it just looks better. Like, sometimes when I lose weight, people think I got bigger because now the proportions are different. My waist is smaller. You can see the cuts in my arms and my shoulders and chest, you know, cleavage and all that shit. And the number one reason to cut first is because, listen, man, when you gain new fat cells, they don't go away. I know you guys you don't believe that. I get a lot of pushback, but there's actual evidence, there's science, there's studies that show when you gain new fat cells, let me show you how it works. You get fat, right? Your fat cells, they swell, and then they divide. Then they swell again, and that keeps happening. When they divide, even when you cut, even when you get skinny again, you still have more fat cells. So from now on, it's going to be easier for you to get fat and harder for you to lose weight. You'll multiply the amount of fat cells in your body. That's bro science. No, that's science, you fucking dumbass. Cells don't live forever. Yeah, man, but what happens is you have set a new baseline in your body. Your body knows it's supposed to have this amount of fat cells now. This is an evolutionary thing, right? Because fat cells were made to keep us alive during times of caloric scarcity. And your body wants to actually store fat because it thinks the next famine is around the corner. It's very recent that we've been able to eat whenever we want. This is like a new thing as far as like human evolution is concerned. Like for the majority of our time here on Earth, if you wanted to eat something, you had to kill it or hunt it, right? So we went through a lot of famines, and storing fat is your body's way of keeping you alive during these times of caloric scarcity. So when it has a chance to actually multiply fat cells from an evolutionary standpoint, it's like, oh, it's good, man. It's good. Let's store up as much fat as we can because we don't know when the next famine is coming. Now, here's the thing. The next famine is not coming. If you're fortunate enough to be in a country where you're able to watch this video, your next famine is probably not around the corner. So you do not want to multiply your fat cells. You do not want to make your body more efficient at storing fat. That's what it wants to do. And that's why you should cut first. How do you cut? Well, I got some free information, link in the description, where you can check out the diet I use to get ripped and to put on muscle, right? It'll work for both. Not at the same time, jackass. I know what you're saying, but you can apply these principles in that free information. Hope that helps. If you're skinny fat, cut first, lift weights. If you're new to working out, you should be able to burn fat and build muscle at the same time for the first 6 to 12 months. After that, you're gonna have to do bulking and cutting. I have a video on micro cutting and micro bulking. That's the way I do it. That's why I stay ripped year round, but I'm also able to put on muscle every year, and I've been doing that for a long time. So there's gonna be a link in the description to how to micro cut and bulk if you want more information about that. All right, love you guys. Hey, wait a minute. If you like this video, and you should, then go ahead and subscribe, man. Hit the subscribe button. Turn on the notifications, bro. YouTube, man, they don't just show it to you just because you subscribe. You gotta get notified, baby. All right? And follow me on Instagram, it's King Keto. I post my workouts and my story every day, and I post tons of good information to just help you accomplish your goals, bunch of free information. And I answer every single DM I get. Every single DM I get, I might answer. Okay, I don't answer all DMs, but I try to answer all DMs. Okay, I don't try to answer all DMs, but I try to answer all DMs. All right, so follow me on the gram. Love you guys. Peace.